Welcome back to NTV News First Edition. According to the Canadian Psychological Association, roughly 35,000 Canadians are homeless on any given night, and a whopping 235,000 Canadians will experience homelessness at some time throughout the year. Well, joining me now is Dr. Janine Hubbard with this week's Get Psyched. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for covering such an important topic.
Absolutely. So what are some key things that all of us should know about homelessness?
Well, I think one of the main things is to realize how much of it is often hidden, because it's not the unhoused or the unstably housed, which might be something like a shelter. It's the couch surfing. It's the hidden taking, the generosity of friends and family and temporarily moving from place to place. Because we know that with homelessness, about 1/3 of it is episodic. So something has happened that for a period of time, someone has insecure housing, but about 2/3 of individuals, it's a chronic issue.
So what are some of the risk factors then?
Well, and again, obviously this is really complex and we're just skimming the surface, but we know that availability of affordable, safe housing is a #1 factor. We also know that from individual factors, it can be things like a history or experience with abuse and trauma, mental health issues, and substance use, but we also know that those can be interrelated, both as a cause of reasons why people wind up with precarious housing, but also can be greatly magnified and intensified because of that homeless situation. And then the last one, as we briefly mentioned, is life events. Could be a house fire, could be a divorce, could be a loss of a job, could be a landlord has decided to sell the house or raise rents, and there's just nothing out there that's available. So there are a lot of very unpredictable things. It could be a physical injury that lays you off of work, and any safety net that you might have had in the past just isn't there.
So then, are there things we're seeing stories about the tent city, every day in our newscast. We're hearing about it on our radio station. So are there things that we can do then to shift attitudes about homelessness? Because, on social media, we're hearing a lot of terrible, terrible things.
We are, and I think while I hate that this situation has happened and that people are in the desperate straits that they're in, this has been happening for a long time, but it's behind closed doors and it's not spoken about, or it's people are feeling very unsafe but not able to be public about it. And there are often some stigmatic stereotypes about individuals who are homeless. So I'm really hoping that this is putting a face on these are members of our community who life circumstances have presented them to our current situation, but it's not hidden. It's not the couch surfing. It's not the hiding, like I say, behind a door that doesn't lock very well. They are coming out and making us aware that these are our friends, our families, our neighbors, and that we need to be looking collectively in terms of helping our community.
Is there, big question, but is there a one-size-fits-all solution here?
Not in the slightest, and I apologize because I know I have barely skimmed the surface here tonight, and that everyone's circumstances are so different, the factors that have contributed. So please, I want everyone to remember that, yes, I can spout off some stats, but it is so important to talk to the people with lived experience, get them involved in any and all decision making, and stop and have a chat. Have a coffee, bring a coffee, ask what's needed, but humanize and put a face and a name to members of our community.
We are nearly out of time here, so I'm just going to give you, 30 seconds just to kind of wrap up. Any final thoughts?
I'm hoping that this is a rallying point. We're finally hearing a lot of the horror stories, and the idea for most of us that people would rather be exposed and out in the elements, but perhaps with a bit of a safety net, perhaps with some other individuals, rather than some of the current situations that they have been in, really needs to be a wake-up call for us at all levels of government and at all individual levels, whatever it is you might be able to do to help assist.
All right, Dr. Janine Hubbard, thank you so much for this tonight.
Thanks, Tony.